Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Do you want to give class? You want to give? He's not giving. He's not giving. He told me he's not giving. You want to give? You don't have a class? No, I don't have a class. Naveen told me to do that. Naveen told me to do that.
It's up to you. I mean, of course, we work on this area class. You can just
All right.
general
Okay, let's do that.
book distribution.
Jai Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Jaya Girivaradari Jaya Jaya Girivaradari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Bolo Jaya Girivaradari Jaya Girivaradari Gopi Janavallabha Jaya Girivaradari Jaya Girivaradari Jaya Vijanavallabha Jaya Girivaradari Jaya Girivaradari Jaya Yashoda Nandana Jaya Brajajana Ranjana Jaya Brajajana Ranjana Jaya Yashoda Nandana Jaya Brajajana Ranjana Jaya Brajajana Ranjana Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Kunja Bihari Bolo Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Bolo Jaya Vishnupada Paramahansa Parivājakacārya Ashtota Shata Krishna Kripāmurti Nityalapa Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivājakacārya Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Maharaj Ki Jai Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapurana Ki Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande. Sorry, Subal Prabhu is... Prabhu, you're here. Why don't you give the class then? Prabhuji, I was being told that you're not giving class. Please. Okay, with your blessings and permission, I'll speak something. Please bless me, I can speak something. This is for my purification. This is not for anyone else. Okay. Yes, I speak in the microphone. I've been informed that Subal Prabhu was not giving class, so I'm sitting here. But I'm getting the blessings from Prabhu now, for sure. And whatever I'm speaking is only for my purification. So Vaishnavas, please bless me. I can speak something. We're speaking from Canto 11, chapter number 2, verse 49. This is one of the very famous verses of Param Puja Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj. Anyone who knows Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj? He's an Indian Gujarati body. He left his body before 15 years. It's one of the favorite verses of Maharaj. We'll just repeat once and I'll go to translation, okay? Deha Indriya Prana Mano Dhyam Yo Janmapyaya Shuddhapaya Tarsha Krichai Shamshara Dharmair Avihimum Yamana Shmitva Harer Bhagavat Pradhana. So, Prabhu, you want to repeat once and we can go for translation then? Okay. Deha Indriya Pranamano Diyamyo Janmapya Shuddhaya Tarshakritchayai Shamshara Dharmai Ravimuhya Mana Shmitva Harer Bhagavat Pradhana. Deha Indriya Pranamano Diyamyo Tanmapmaya Shuddhaya Tarshakritchayai Shamshara Dharmai Ravimuhya Mana Shmitva Harer Bhagavat Pradhana. Deha Indriya Pranamano Diyamyo Mapaya Shuddhaya Tarshakritchayai Shamshara Dharmai Ravimuhya Mana Shmitva Harer Bhagavat Pradhana. Deha Indriya Pranmano Diyamyo Janmapya Shuddhaya Tarshakritchayai Shamshara Dharmai Ravimuhya Mana Shmitva Hare Bhagavat Pradhana. Navinji, you want to repeat? Word to word translation. Deha of the body. Indriya senses. Prana life air. Mana mind. Diyam an intelligence. Yah who janma by birth. Apyaya diminution. Shuta hunger. Bhaya fear. Tarsha thirst. Krichay and the pain of excretion. Samsara of material life. Dharma by the inseparable features. Avimuhyamana not bewildered. Shmitya because of remembrance. Hare of Lord Hari. Bhagavat Pradhanaha the foremost of devotees. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A. Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Maharaj Ki Jai. Translation. Within the material world, one's material body is always subject to birth and decay. Similarly, the life air, prana, is harassed by hunger and thirst. The mind is always anxious. The intelligence hanker for that which cannot be obtained. And all of the senses are ultimately exhausted by constant struggle in the material nature. A person who is not bewildered by the inevitable miseries of material existence, and who remains aloof from them simply by remembering the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is to be considered Bhagavat Pradhana, the foremost devotee of the Lord. Om Jnanam Timirandasya Jnanam Janashalakaya Chakshunmitam Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasad Gaur Bhaktarunda. The purport is very, very long. Before I start reading the purport, I will go paragraph by paragraph because it's a very long purport. Because if we just keep reading purport, we'll finish the class. So we'll prefer to go back. Is it okay if we go paragraph by paragraph? Also, this is one of my favorite verses in Bhagavatam. I first heard this verse from the lotus mouth of Param Puja Mahavishnu Swami Maharaj. And this verse made so much sense when I heard this verse from his mouth. It's when I read this verse, it makes me feel that they are showing me who I am. So let's read purport. By His Divine Grace, A.Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami. Oh, this is the disciples of A.Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Maharaj Ki Jai. Purport. According to Srila Madhavacharya, there are three classes of intelligent living beings within this world, namely demigods, ordinary human beings, and demons. A living being endowed with all auspicious qualities, in other words, highly advanced devotee of the Lord, either on the earth or higher planetary system, is called Deva or demigod. Ordinary human beings generally have good and bad qualities according to the mixture they enjoy and suffer on the earth. But those who are distinguished by their absence of good qualities and who are always inimical to pious life and the devotion service of Lord are called demons and asuras. Of the three classes of the man, the ordinary human beings and demons are terribly afflicted by birth, death, hunger, whereas godly persons and demigods are aloof from such bodily distress. The demigod remains aloof from such distress because they are enjoying the result of their pious activities by the laws of karma. And they are unaware of the gross suffering of the material world. Bhagavad Gita 9:20, Traivedyamam somapapu tapapa yagnir ishtva shvargatim pratayante te punyamashadya shurendra lokam ashnanti divyam divideva bhogan. Those who study the Vedas and drink soma juice, seeking the heavenly planets, worship me indirectly. They take birth on the planet of Indra, where they enjoy godly delights. But the next verse of Bhagavad Gita says that when one uses up the result of this pious activity, one has to forfeit his status as a demigod, along with the pleasure of the heavenly kingdom, and return to the earth as ordinary human being, Nara. Shinne punne mrityalokam vishanti. In fact, the laws of nature are so subtle that one may not even return to earth as human, but may take birth as insect or tree, depending on the particular configuration of his karma. So, Haribol Prabhu. So what I understand is that the laws of nature are so powerful. In Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna asks, Kim karma iti, kim akarma iti, kavayo, Krishna says, Kim karma akarma iti, kavayo api atra mohita. And then Krishna says, Tatte karma pravakshami yaj gnatva moksham ashubhat. Then karma no hi api bodhavyam javi karmana. Krishna says to understand karma is so much difficult. The intricacies of karma is very difficult to understand. So the best process to get rid of karma is to engage in the service of the devotees of Krishna. Shushrushoshya dhanasya vasudeva katharuchi shanmahasevaya vipra punya tirtha vishevanat. Those who are engaged in the service of Krishna, to serve those devotees is the best way to get rid of karma. So when you serve Srila Prabhupada and the mission of Srila Prabhupada, that is the best way to get out of karma. Otherwise, at every step, there is a karma. At every step, whether there is a good karma, whether there is a bad karma. But the only way to get out of that is to engage in the service of the pure devotee of Lord. Doesn't matter we understand or not. Doesn't matter we follow thoroughly or not. But the best way to protect ourselves from any intricacies of karma is to engage in a service of Krishna. Arjuna was very perplexed. That Krishna, you're asking me to fight and kill all these people, but it will build a big karma. And Krishna says, what do you know about karma? You don't know anything about karma. Not working for me and not killing for me is building a karma. You have to kill for me. Can you imagine someone is asking us to kill, and by killing the other people will not build karma? So, whatever Krishna, whatever Guru, whatever Shastra says, that's the best way to get out of karma. Let's continue reading the next. The pure devotee of Lord, however, now there's talking about Bhagavad Pradhana, pure devotee. Pure devotee of the Lord, however, does not experience material miseries because he has given up the bodily concept of life and identifies himself correctly as an eternal servitor of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, Sushukam kartum avyayam. Even in the stage of regulative practice, Bhakti Yoga is very joyful. Lochandas Thakur says that Shrabha Avatara Shara Shiromani Kevala Ananda Kanda Parama Karuna Pahudoi Jana Nitai Gaura Chanda. Although there are various khandas or division of Vedic disciplines, Karma Khanda, Jnana Khanda, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Harinam Sankirtan movement is Kevala Ananda Kanda. Amazing line, huh? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Harinam Sankirtan movement is Keval Ananda Kanda, the path of pure bliss. Simply by chanting the holy name of Krishna, eating the remnants of food offered to the Lord and hearing the enchanting pastimes of the Lord, one merge into ocean of bliss and Krishna called Krishna consciousness. So, what is the best way to obtain Ananda? The best way to obtain the Ananda is to engage in the Sankirtan movement of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Subal Prabhu, you go to Harinam Sankirtan chanting on the streets. Mataji, you go for book distribution. We see that amount of happiness we are getting in distributing and giving Krishna consciousness to other person. It's impossible to get anywhere in the world. There are so many people who are waiting for us. Every single step outside, when you go to the door, there is one person who is waiting to obtain this Krishna consciousness. And to honestly and sincerely try to give this message to the people, doesn't matter whether we succeed or not. The success is not depend upon how much people you are collecting and bringing in the temple, how much donation you are collecting. The real success is, are you really getting out from our comfort zone, trying to meet that person who is waiting for us and Srila Prabhupada's mercy? Thus, as Srila Vaisheshika Prabhu says that, thus touch the payment. We have to at least try to get out of the comfort zone and get out and give this knowledge to someone. And if we try sincerely, Ishvara Swara Bhutana Mriddeshe Arjuna Tishtati. Krishna is present in everyone's heart. And Krishna will make sure that that person accept what you're giving to him or her, provided we should be honest enough to give that knowledge. It's also good for us because if we don't do this process, then we are stuck. We are stuck in our own small zone where we don't experience the unlimited ocean of mercy which is waiting for us. This even a drop of that ocean is so powerful. And the best way to experience this drop of the ocean of mercy is dive in the Sankirtan moment of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Day before yesterday, I was in University of Toledo, and I was exchanging the message with Maharaj, Param Puja Ramapad Maharaj. Then Maharaj, people are so responsive over here, but nobody's taking Srila Prabhupada Lilamrita. And then suddenly what happened is that my head started throbbing. Never in my 15 years of career, it happened that my head throbs such that I cannot even lift the book or phone. And I have to sleep over there on the ground. It was so painful. And I was thinking that what is going on? I prayed to the pure devotee of Lord, Param Puja Ramapad Maharaj, and not even one book is going out now. And in fact, I'm forced to stop my Sankirtan. What is going on? And next day, be sure enough, I started my book distribution. One person came. He took Prabhupada Lilamrita and Srimad Bhagavatam set. The other person came. He took Srila Prabhupada Lilamrita. The third person came. He took Srila Prabhupada Lilamrita and Chaitanya Charitamrita. So, a very strong realization I got from this, just by serving the pure devotee of Krishna, everything is so much planned. We just have to make an honest attempt to serve those Mahabhagavat, those Bhagavat Pradhan who already know the truth. If we just try to serve them, attempting to serve them, is so much blissful. And honestly, I was floating in the ocean of bliss yesterday. There was no end of Ananda yesterday. I was swimming in the nectar. There was one of the biggest day in my college. The total collection was $1,500. Total amount of book distributed was around 500 books. Now this is not a joke. And who is doing this? This has already been destined by Prabhupada. We are going in the best colleges in the world where everyone has a free internet. Everything is available online. Still people are coming to our table. They are taking our books like stacks and stacks. And now we are saying, sir, can you please give $100? And they are giving $100. Isn't it magic? From 15 years, I'm asking myself one question. How this is happening? And I have no answer. One time, Sudama Brahman went to Krishna to beg something. He was very poor. We know the story of Sudama Brahman. His wife forced him to go to Krishna. And Sudama Brahman went to Krishna. And for sure, Krishna didn't give anything to him. Krishna was, okay, my dear brother, his clothes were torn, so Krishna gave him a dhoti to wear in the night. Next day he told him, Sudamaji, can you give my dhoti back? You are going home now. So even Krishna took his dhoti back. Can you imagine? And still, Sudama was not disturbed. He was happy that he met Krishna. But when he returned back, he saw that his whole house was converted into a palatial building, whole mansion. And he was thinking, who did this? And the answer he was getting is none other than Krishna. So when we do this Sankirtan process, we get a strong realization who is doing this, who is the force behind this. It's the mercy of the pure devotees. We don't have to do anything. We just have to go out and stand. And the mercy of Bhagavat Pradhana will cover everything. Fortunately, the blissful ocean is the eternal situation of every living being. One should not identify himself as a gross material body, nor one should foolishly identify with a void Buddhist imagination. nor should one even identify himself with the ocean of impersonal Brahmajyoti. Rather, he should identify himself as an eternal servitor of Krishna. Jivere Shwarupa hoye Krishnere Nityadasha, Krishnere Tatashta Chakri Beda Beda Prakasha. Our constitutional position is we are eternal servant of Krishna. We cannot be happy without serving Krishna. We have to serve Krishna. Srila Madhvacharya has given an elaborate description when conditioned souls, demonic mentality identify himself with the gross material body. He undergoes the miseries. When a demonic person identifies with prana, he suffers from hunger, panic, fear, hankering, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it's a long purport. To keep it very, very short, the process of Krishna consciousness is very simple. And even in the beginning process of Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, it is very, very blissful. Just coming to the morning program, looking at the deities, attending Tulsi Arti, attending Nourishing Arti, itself will make us so powerful that when we do all this every single day and when we go out and try to touch the heart of people, there is no way we cannot touch the heart of people if we sincerely are following this morning program. My Guru Maharaj, Param Pujya Gopal Krishna Maharaj, always says that anyone who wants to preach or anyone who wants to change the heart of people has to follow the strict regular morning program. If you don't have that regular morning program, we're not able to touch the heart of people. And anyone who has an able body has to go and out and preach. And the reason I'm not saying to preach, of course, it's a duty of every Gaudiya Vaishnava to do that. But if you really want to taste the nectar, that blissful ocean of mercy coming from Vrajendra Nanda Krishna, from Gaur Nitaya and Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Marani, we have to dive deep into the ocean. And the way to dive deep in the ocean, it doesn't require a big mystery. It's a simple process. Read 1 hour Srimad Bhagavatam, full morning program, chant 16 rounds in front of Tulsi Maharani, straight sitting at one place, and then go out and preach. And when you do this thing, your life becomes so blissful. And then you become tired, so much tired, you don't have time to think anything and just go to bed. And then again wake up in the morning, do the same program, come back, become tired, and go to bed. If you don't keep your mind constantly engaged in the fire of Sankirtan, the mind will take away in fraction of second. It takes like 2 seconds for mind to have any desire coming up. But if the mind is constantly packed, how to give Krishna consciousness to other, how to save or protect myself, the best way to protect is to engage 24 hours in a service, in a solid, heavy service. If you don't do a solid, heavy service, especially it's for me, my mind will freak out. 100% will freak out. So I always make one program, constantly 24 hours, fixed up in the... I'm not fixed up, I'm trying to fix up, but I'm trying to engage my 24 hours in a service of Krishna. If I don't use the 24 hours, if 1 second is missed out, I started thinking wrong about devotees. Oh, this devotee has done this. This devotee has done this. From last 3 days, I was going through so much horrible situation in my life. I contacted Maharaj. I talked with Maharaj, Param Pujya Prabhupada Maharaj. I talked with Nityanand Prabhu. Prabhu, what should I do? Maharaj, what should I do? And they said, slow down, calm down, Param Karuna. And Maharaj, I can't. You need to calm down. And what is the process? Focus on your books. So if we don't focus on our service, we'll focus on something else. So the best way to be in a blissful ocean, Param Pujya Devamrita Swami Maharaj, you know that, right? He was saying that the best way to obtain Krishna Prema is to take one service and give your life and soul in that service. If you give your life and soul in that service, doesn't matter whether are you getting the results or not. What matters is, are you really following the process? If we sincerely follow the process, it doesn't matter whether we are getting success or we are getting failed. What matters is that Krishna is looking at our efforts, our Srila Prabhupada is looking at our efforts, Guru Maharaj is looking at our efforts, and that's the success. So, to get out of the miseries of material existence, we have to engage 24 hours in the service of Krishna. And the best way to engage 24 hours in service of Krishna is we have to take one service which we like the most and take the service as our life and soul. And we take this service as life and soul and every day focus and meditate. How can I improve my service? How can I be the best person in this service? How can I be the best disciple in this service? How can I serve my Guru best in this service? Then Krishna is there in the heart. Tesham shatata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam ye namam upayantite. Krishna is there in everyone's heart, and Krishna will give us intelligence how to proceed more and more and more and more and more and more in that service. And when we get that intelligence to proceed more and more and more, then more and more our mind is engaged. More and more our mind is engaged, the mind has no space to think anything about it. For example, there's a story of Madhavendra Puri. He was Maneka Chandanatola Visheka Karpura Gopala Paribe Ei Ananda Prachura Premara Swabhava Ei Premara Ananda Nija Dukna Vigna Adira Nakare. We don't have to think about our pain. We don't have to think about our sorrows. Pain is there. Even if we sit in the temple, there is a pain. Even if we go outside, there is a pain. Pain is, even if we do the management service, like Naveen Krishna Prabhu, there is a pain. Pain is always there. If you don't give the bodily pain, the mind will give us pain. Lest the body give us pain. Because bodily pain can be removed by taking rest. But the mind pain will never remove. We will create more and more offenses. So we have to force to squeeze ourselves so much hard. Our body becomes so weak, our senses become so weak that we don't have time to find offenses with any devotees. Because if a body is stout and strong, if the prana, if the life air is strong, we think we are the king of the universe. And we'll offend every devotee. We'll think we are the better, we are the best of everyone, and no one else is best. It happened to me before a few days. I'm telling you, same thing. I was thinking myself the best of everyone, and I was offending every single devotee. But then I understood. Krishna somehow gave me the intelligence that, stop here. This is going a wrong direction. Please focus on your service. Doesn't matter whether you're a big man or a small man. And in front of eyes of Krishna, everyone is small. And whom I'm trying to show I'm a big person? To my own devotee friends? I have to grow with them. I've been born in this temple. I'm growing in this temple. I'm going to die in this temple. And I'm trying to fight with my devotee friends, showing them I am the best of you guys. And those devotees who help me to grow, now I'm trying to prove them I am the best. I understood that my direction is going certain way wrong. Krishna gave me intelligence. Otherwise, it's very, very disturbing that my Guru Maharaj says one thing, lion in the battlefield, lamb in the house. When we are in the contact with the devotees, we should be a lamb. Lamb means a small puppet in front of the house. Yes, Prabhuji, what can I do for you? And I forgot that mood. It's easy to forget that mood because we are born with the three modes of nature. So the modes of nature are competing. And we come in the mode of false ego. But when you come in the mode of false ego, just do the reality check. Stop yourself after some time. Oh, I'm going wrong. Just try to understand what is important for us. Our service to Krishna and Guru, or our ego showing that we are the best. If we understand our service to Krishna is more important, we become completely humble and bow down. Because we need the blessings of Vaishnava to grow. How can you do good in your service without blessings of Vaishnava? If you show I'm a puffed up man, I did this many books, I did this many devotees. I collected this many donations. I'm a good manager. I'm a good kirtaniya. I'm a good cook. I'm a good. Okay, sir, slow down. Do you know because of whom you are this? Because of this Vaishnava's merciful blessings. Punara Mushika Bhava. You are a mouse. Because of Vaishnava's mercy, you become a lion. And now you are looking at that Vaishnava. I want to eat you. Why? Oh, you want to eat me? I made you a lion. Now I'm a lion. I want to throw you off from your position. I want to be you. I am you now. You cannot handle it properly. I gone through this mentality. I'm just sharing my own experience. I'm not telling about anyone. But when this happens, I have a group of Vaishnavas who can handle me. Param Puja Ramapad Maharaj, handle me. Nityanand Prabhu, handle me. Slow down. You're going somewhere wrong. And we should have the friends, those kind of people who support us in our bad time. Because everyone may be a good friend in the good time. No one is a friend in the bad time. We should have some person who can support us in our bad time and redo the reality check. My Prabhu, please slow down. Slow down. This is not important. Deha indriya prana mano dhiyavo. You're already suffering from shuddha bhaya tarsa krichray. You are having hunger, you're getting angry, you're feeling miseries. This is not Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is kevala ananda kanda. Even in the beginning of Krishna consciousness, there are Krishna consciousness when you start even. There is the 5 symptoms of Krishna consciousness. Sudarlabha, Sandrana Visheshatma, Klesha Agni, Sudurlabha, Moksha Lagrutakrit. There are 5 symptoms that even when you start in the beginning process, you become so happy. Everything becomes so blissful for you. And if you're not blissful, if you're not feeling bliss, there is something wrong in the process. Not in the process. There is something wrong in you not following the process. Then we have to do the reality check. Why I'm not feeling that bliss? Why I'm not feeling that happiness looking at Vaishnava? Why I'm not feeling crying seeing at that Vaishnava and falling at their feet that thank you Prabhuji, you saved me. You know, when I go out in book distribution, I so much respect the temple when I come back. Because I know that outside there is so much of suffering, there is so much of miseries and there is so much of pain. And nobody's even listening to you over there. They're humiliating you, they're disturbing you, they're trying to punch you off. I'm crying every single day. But when I come to temple and in front of deities, when I see the devotees, oh, I'm back home. And we forget this thing. Because familiarity breeds content. We become too familiar with our fellow mates. And we try to see, oh, this Prabhu didn't say Hare Krishna to me. Or this Mataji didn't say Hare Krishna to me. Or look at the way he's singing the kirtan. Small things. I have faced a lot in my 15 years. And every small thing has helped me to grow in my Krishna consciousness. To do the reality check that I have to grow more and more because every second I'm finding fault with devotees. Every second I'm finding fault with devotees. Am I really growing? I'm not growing at all. And I don't become weak in that. I become, okay, I do my reality check. I'm at this level. Now let me grow. I'm finding fault in this Prabhu. Now let me grow. That means I'm not advanced enough to find good in him. Let me find one good quality in him. I force myself to do that. And imagine, even if I hate that person, if I try to find good quality in that person, after a few days, he becomes my good friend. Because mind is this nonsense. The way you train the mind become like that. We completely puncture and force our mind. This is bad person. This has done this to me. This has done this to me. But when you force the mind to say, no, these are all my devotee friends, I'm going to die with them. Mind become completely friend of yours. So yeah, everyone, I have my own struggles with the Deh Indriya Pran Mano Dhiyamvo, Janma Apaya Shuddha Bhaya Tarsa Krichray, Shamshara Dharma Iha Mimana, Shmitva Harer Bhagavad Pradhan. The process is that we have to be Bhagavad Pradhan. And the best way to be Bhagavad Pradhan is stay with the devotees. In the washing machine, when you put the stones, the rocks, they collide in the washing machine. They hit each other. But what happened? They will shine. Doesn't matter now, we are in this hospital. We have a lot of things going on between us. But if we still stay with the same process, with the same devotee community, we will grow and we will shine like a jewel. Not alone, together. Thank you. I just spoke my class very impromptu because of Naveen Krishna Prabhu. And I just spoke this class because I was going through a lot in my life. And I want to share with you that my horrible situation was created by me. No one else was responsible for that. And the moment I changed the mind started completely thinking differently. So, thank you, Prabhu. Any questions? Yes, Prabhu, please. Adi, તમારે કે બોલવું છે? તમારે કે કહેવું છે? You want to speak something?
I do have some, but I'll offer to you first.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
I really appreciated many of the things that you brought out. And one of the ones that I really, really appreciate was when you were spoken about something that, in one sense, ring within me, which is almost like, I would say, like a endangered species, which is the outreach, the Sankirtan devotee.
Yes, Prabhu.
The whole principle of the temple ashram, the traditional ISKCON temple ashram, which was sadhana, and then out the whole day, and then come back. That life, it was very wonderful. And indeed, it was something that all the different problems that are part of this material existence, they will manifest. And the atmosphere in a temple that had that missionary priority was pretty exciting in one sense. Even among being with so many devotees, then you will find out, because you mention it, the center of the activity is to bring Krishna consciousness to others.
Yeah.
And with that, then you can start to manifest the joy of Krishna consciousness. Now, I appreciate that very much. And in one sense, you see that it's becoming more and more rare in temples to have that type of priority. The priority of, Sankirtan and that program of sadhana, preaching, what Prabhupada called the sandwich, the transcendental sandwich. So that's not there. The part that you mentioned in terms of the struggles and how you deal with the struggles in terms of connecting with the devotees and coming back to the temple and finding yourself, trying to be very attentive in the way you deal with the devotees and these types of activities like that. The importance of having that type of mentality in order to grow, as you said.
Yes.
The process in itself is not easy. The process of purification, it can be very painful, and it can take time, so therefore it requires patience, and it requires determination and tolerance, all that stuff that Srila Rupa Goswami explained.
Yes, Prabhu.
Is the atmosphere of the temple is not focused on preaching, then it becomes even double difficult. Because the fact is that you come into a whole space in which, the minds are more focused on things like what I would like to be, more self-centric type of activities, even within the temple walls, even within the temple communities, then there is this situation happens to things, people trying to gain power or position, puja, labha, and what's the other one? Pratishta.
Yeah.
So these things makes it even more difficult
Absolutely.
to go through the whole process.
Absolutely.
So to speak about the importance of Sankirtan, the importance of outreach as the main purpose of our existence
Yes.
as a movement is an important thing, and someone who is doing it is very wonderful. That's why it's good that you do that and you share. I wanted to ask you, sorry to,
No.
that was my
Great.
appreciation of the
Absolutely
thing.
great, Prabhu. Thank you.
And also, you mentioned this, I just curious to hear about your experience when you mentioned the day that you had a really hard time in distributing Prabhupada's Lilamrita and nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
And the next day, something happened.
Magic.
Now, if you have yourself the motivation, the effort, the commitment, most likely was the same in both days.
Yeah.
What made the difference? If it was not that, what made the difference?
Yeah. Good question, Prabhu. What an amazing question. Prabhu, the thing that made difference is that there was a power and blessings of the pure devotee on the second day with me. First day, a certain time I come in a zone where I think I am doing my book distribution. And when I'm doing book distribution, Krishna smashed me on that day. There's a day I suffered where for the whole day, nobody's taking books. I'm in like 90 degrees over there. And people are smashing me and humiliating me. And then the pigeon comes and poof on me. And I was like, what's going on with my life, Krishna? Why I have experienced this. No, sir, please. No, sir, please, no. Boom. Really, Krishna? This is left. Now only this was left. I'm not going to wrap it up. I'm going to go away. And then when I pray, Krishna, I'm not the controller. Please take these reins in your hand. And literally I gave the rein in the hand of Param Puja Prabhupada Maharaj the day before yesterday. And believe me not, it was one of the greatest day in my whole book distribution career. Greatest day. It was $1,500 collection with 500 books. With one Bhagavatam set, one Chaitanya Charitamrita, 3 Prabhupada Lilamrita, and 5 big stacks. So the difference I found is that when someone is there to push you, someone is there to pray for you, you grow very easily. But if you are growing by yourself, you will stumble and mumble and fumble and Maya will attack you. But if devotees' hands are there on you, you can easily surpass that Maya. And the second thing I always remind myself when I get puffed up, I remember of Srila Prabhupada. When Prabhupada came to America, he was having no position. When he got position also, he didn't desire any position. He was just a humble servant of Krishna. So I always remember Srila Prabhupada when I get a little puffed up, that how Prabhupada was behind the curtain and how he spread Krishna consciousness. So if our goal is to spread Krishna consciousness, we'll not get puffed up, but we remain as a humble servant, and with the humility bag each and every Vaishnava, please bless me so I can do my service. So in a crux, the answer is the power of blessings were there on the second day from Prabhupada Maharaj. Yes, Prabhu. Let me make it short.
Thank you for your openness to share your experience in your heart with us.
We have to share, right? If we don't share with the family, whom are we going to share? Otherwise, I'll just suffocate.
Yeah, thank you for that, because that's the way the mercy is to share our personal experiences. It's deep mercy. So I'd like to also share something where I found being here, people always ask me, they say, so how you doing? And people always ask, how you doing? And I always say, super amazing, right? Because I'm doing super amazing. I'm not having any problems, anything at all, no problems. And I understand where it's coming from. It's the love of my guru for me. I felt last time he was here, I felt a special experience of his love for me.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing that keeps me here. Other than that, I'd be getting with some beautiful women, gold, smoking, drinking, having a good time, feeling great. But the love of my guru allows me to, it's like more powerful than all that stuff. And that's the only thing that really keeps me going, keeps me here, keeps me happy. So it's mercy.
Thank you. You want to add something, Mataji?
You know, just as Subha was saying, deep appreciation for your sharing of and expounding on the transformatory aspect of coming to the lotus feet of a devotee, an Uttama Adhikari, in order to go past the blockage that's come there. So I was noticing that there's this fantastic line in the purport. I'm going to read it to you because I just think it's so related to what you were saying. As one's devotional service gradually intensifies and one repeatedly bathes in dust from the lotus feet of a pure devotee, the harassment of birth, death, hunger, thirst, fear, and so on gradually ceases disturbing the mind.
What a lie. What a statement.
So it just summarized precisely what you described in great detail and from personal experience. I had to read it back to you.
Oh, it's amazing. You know, I just want to share, when we attain the success, this is my small realization, and you're more senior, you can correct me. When we attain any success in our service, if we pass down to Guru and Krishna, we become so light. Our job is to enjoy prasadam and dance. Any other successful thing we did, okay, let's give it to Guru and Krishna. And then we become so light-hearted. Our whole, that ego thing goes away and, okay, I'm nothing more than one small insignificant insect. Such amazing. Thank you for being. And bathing in the lotus feet of pure Vaishnava is the safest place. Safest place. And moment we fight with the devotees, the Maya will take us. She's waiting for us. She's waiting that when they have this dispute and misconception, and I will take over. So don't let Maya take over. Of course, Maya Devi is our mother. She's taking a very thankless job of taking us to Krishna. But she's testing us. So moment we get anything wrong with the devotees, Maya will take us. Maybe women, maybe wealth, maybe money, maybe position, everything will come. Everything will come. But devotees will never come. Vaishnava will go away. Anyways, thank you so much. You have a question? Yes, Prabhuji. Sorry, no realization. I'm speaking from my...
Thank you, Prabhu, for expressing yourself today. And I just want to say you have so much to teach us because you've been in book distribution for so many years. And it's definitely appreciated, especially for me. And I just want to ask you one short question. The more books that you sell, it seems like, or distribute, it seems like the more false ego sets in and, you become, like you said, this is me doing this. Yeah. So how can you avoid that,
Wow, what a beautiful question. You know what? Prabhupada told one thing. Whoever will do my books, the books will go out. It is predestined by Prabhupada. But we are so foolish. When we do huge, I am the doer. Because of me, the books has gone. So, Hare Krishna Prabhu. We are so foolish that we think that we are the doer. Because of me, the books are gone. So, it's very, 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 very easy to get puffed up. But when we get puffed up, I honestly do one thing. I remember Srila Prabhupada. I remember my Guru Maharaj. Prabhupada, at the age of 67, with 3 heart attacks, in a cargo ship, came to America with no one to receive him. He was a homeless multiple times. 67, 3 heart attacks, homeless, dealing with the druggist, hippies. A pure sadhu from Vrindavan who doesn't know anything about America. Thankless job of giving this Krishna consciousness to the people whom even don't know. He celebrated Janmashtami in the cargo ship with the heart attacks. And looking at what he did is incomparable, Prabhu. What he did for us is incomparable. He has no money to print books. He has no money to get in the papers. He has nothing. He has no manpower. An old guy struggling hard to meet his 2 ends. And look at where are we now? And it's just because of the mercy of Prabhupada, right? And Param Puja Gopal Krishna Maharaj, my Guru Maharaj, he built like 18 huge palatial buildings in Delhi. Each temple is like billions of dollars. Not millions, I'm telling you. That's heavy. And still he was so at the low level. So at the low level. He knows my Guru Maharaj. Param Puja Bhakti Charu Maharaj. Param Puja Jayapataka Maharaj. Look at this example we have here. Maharaj came all the way from India to America to die. Bhakti Charu Maharaj was knowing that he's going to die. He came America to give his body in a COVID, and he left his body. How can we be even puffed up? What is our right to get puffed up? Look at Param Puja Jayapataka Maharaj. He cannot even speak. If we cannot serve those devotees, better stay away, but don't do your own business. As Prabhu once told me, Sankirtan is a very serious process. If you don't want to do, that's fine, but don't fight with each other. And the best way not to fight with each other is to go in the fire of Sankirtan. Because when you go in the fire of Sankirtan, people will humiliate you, people will push you, people will spit at you. Then you understand, my God, my brothers and sisters over here are more important for me. So when I go out, I force myself to go out and preach. So when people spit at me, I become humble. Okay, now I'm again mouse. Let me come again to the temple. And then when I come to temple, I become lion. I fight with them. So sorry, the best way to keep ourselves humble is to keep ourselves reminding that Srila Prabhupada has not taken any credit for what he did. Our Guru Maharaj is not taking any credit for what he's doing. So better, and Prabhu, when you give credit, your heart becomes less light, become more light, and you become more happy. The more you take credit or false ego, like, oh, why this Prabhu has not told me I'm doing good over here. But the moment you give to Guru Maharaj or Krishna, please take it. I just want prasadam. Then we become once again humble person. Prabhu, you want to share something? Prabhu, tame kya bolta nadi, please, bolo. Prabhu is one of the senior disciples, and Prabhuji, share your.
Hare Krishna, very nice class. I was listening in the car. I was driving and I was listening.
Okay, Prabhu.
Very nice class. Couple things I can see there.
Yes, Prabhu.
I think in 16th chapter, I think first or second verse in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that finding a fault is ajnana.
Yes.
It's not a knowledge. You are not in a knowledge.
No, Prabhu, no.
The second thing I can think about is that finding a fault in a devotees or any person, then eventually takes to the finding the faults in spiritual master and acharyas and also up to Krishna too.
Look at
I'm
that.
trying to find the faults in God also. But what happened that as soon as we find a fault in God, Krishna, then that fault comes back to us and it stays in our heart for a long time. So anytime we find a fault in the devotees, those faults will come back to us in our heart. So always, we should always remember that, always find the good things about devotees. Actually, good things for everybody. Yeah, then you will be happy. Otherwise, it's very difficult. Then once it comes, bad faults in our heart, then it's very difficult to get it out. Yeah. Then it's
very difficult. Prabhuji, you are right. But I have a question for you, Prabhu.
Yes.
We are trying our best to not find fault. Trying our best. We push ourselves hard in our service. We do heavy load of service. At that time, we are safe. The moment we get lax, the mind started finding fault immediately. What is that reason? Why? How?
I think, as Krishna mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita, the mind is like a friend and mind is also an enemy. So we have to constantly watch our own mind that what service we are doing, that service is finished, then what's the next service for me? Yeah, if that thing is not there, constantly watching what I'm doing and what is the next service for me, or you see in the morning what in the corporate America, what they do in the morning, first thing, they write down on a piece of paper what things to be done today. And then as soon as they're done first thing, then go for the next one, go next one. And then certain things are not done today, you go to the next morning and then write again. So that constantly you're following your own writing, that this is what I got to do, I got to call this person, I got to find, I got to get money, this, that, so many things, you write it down. Yes. Every day. So you are busy almost 8-10 hours and you don't know where the time has gone. Similarly, if you don't do this, okay, today in the morning you wake up, chant your round, and then this thing I have to do, this thing I have to do, this thing I have to do, all the way to the end of the day. Read this much, read this, remember these slokas. All these things are not mapped out in your mind, then mind is, empty mind is like a devil's workshop.
Wow. Yeah.
So it's always, you got to constantly
check the mind.
Engage mind in doing some next service.
Prabhu is one of the important things Prabhu told, empty mind is the devil's workshop. And as Prabhu mentioned, every second is counted in Krishna consciousness. If we don't engage mind, what's the next service? The mind will see the beautiful girl, or see the money, or something. So we have to keep our mind completely busy 24 hours. And there is a purport in Bhagavatam, 2nd canto, where Krishna says, Prabhupada mentioned that, the inhabitants of Vrindavan never meditate on Krishna. They are so much working hard for Krishna. At the night, they become so tired, Prabhu, they just go to bed. Sunil Madhav Prabhu is one of the senior most devotee. He was a temple president. And I learned so much from him in my initial days. I was calling him from Milwaukee. Remember, Prabhu? And Prabhu, how to control the sex desire, how to control this. And Prabhu was continuously guiding me. Thank you, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu, go on, please.
Yeah, I just want to share one thing with you because you asked about fault finding. I learned so much from Sunil too. He's super guru.
Superman.
Learned a whole lot.
Very steady.
But one thing about that to put it into fault finding is if you remember this position, when you point your fingers at someone, you got 3 pointing at you and 1 at the Lord.
Yeah.
So you're not seeing their faults. If I point at someone and say anything especially bad, I'm seeing my faults.
Yeah.
Because the Paramahamsa has gotten rid of all faults, so he doesn't see them.
Yeah.
So this person is being used by Krishna to show me my faults.
Yes.
So it's very, very important for persons to keep remembering, pointing this finger. There's 3 pointing at you and 1 at the Lord.
And one last thing, that this is our family. We all are family members. If we fight with each other, how will you grow? This is our family now. We are going to die together. Our family is gone, the other family. This is what we are, all the family members.
And the saying is this, it says, you only see in others, the saying that puts an end to fault finding is you only see in others what you possess in yourself. That'll put an end to it. You only see in others what you possess in yourself.
Thank you so much. Prabhuji, please. Prabhuji, Napam.
I can remember Srimad Bhagavatam, Prahlad Maharaj, when Lord Narasimha killed his father. So just imagine the position of a devotee, Prahlad Maharaj, so much tortured by his own father, so much he wanted to kill him all the time, but still he's not taking his fault. He's still requesting Lord Narasimha that please deliver my father. So can we, if we remember these incidents of Prahlad Maharaj in our life, then we'll never think about faults of anybody. Because if his own father is trying to kill him, still not taking any fault, what to speak about? Nobody's trying to kill us. Still even a small thing and we're taking a fault.
Yes.
Yeah. So just imagine, where is our position, where is Prahlad Maharaj's position? So if you come to that position, we always remember those past times.
This is a very amazing realization, Prabhu, you share, Prahlad Maharaj. But I'll just share my one small thing. I learned that, Prabhu, I'm growing with these people and I'm fighting with these people. I'm sharing my realization from the last 3 days. I was fighting with someone from so much hard, heavy. And I thought that, what I'm doing this? Krishna is so merciful. Let's stop it. They're all your family members. Because of this devotee, you're growing and you're fighting with that person. Just say, मैं grow हूँ, I'm trying to pull that person down. And I have a lot of appreciation for my family now. That because of these people I'm growing, they're handling me. They're covering my faults.
So another thing is that, we are going upward, right?
Yes.
We're going towards top sky, right? And if we are trying to take the shelter of a lotus feet of the devotees, by their help we're going to go up. But the same strength, we are bringing that feet down, then what will our position? You will also go down with them, right? Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Anyone want to share something, Prabhu? Thank you so much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.